This Zentour Synergy Core has been my main interface for over 3 years now. I got it right in the height of COVID. Did a ton of research on it. It was between this and one of the universal audio ones. But I really liked the desktop format of this and the options for I/O for my unique setup. I've got it set up now, and I've had it for over 3 years and have had no issues with it. Again, this is not a sponsored video by any means, and because I don't have any sponsorships, but these guys, they've made a pretty great device here that I put through the ringer. And one of the really two big assets for this are one, that because I'm going directly into the interface sometimes with my instrument, it's got really clean preamps and a lot of good control. And the other, and the most important part, is the routing option of it. I've got it set up here for my weird setup where I'm running a Chapman stick with two SY1000 guitar synth processors. And I've got this set up, if you can see here, the first two inputs are for the instrument itself. So they're dry inputs, and then after that is stereo effects for each side of the instrument. And so you've got a total of 4 in the front and 4 in the back. And then my two headphone inputs here, one I'm using for hardwire and then one is for wireless. The routing options were great. The thing I was concerned about when I first got this from a lesser known company is the reliability, but this has survived the test of time for me. And in fact, I had a gig a while back where there was a little bit of a rain on this stuff, and miraculously this survived. One of the great things about this is that I've got these presets set up. So the routing for me, the way it works is I'm running both Logic and Mainstage at the same time in tandem for performances. And then I'm routing in a way where I can only hear the click in my headphones, but I have to do that while being able to hear my instrument signal as well as backtracks or any other loop stuff that I'm using. So the way I have this set up here is my preset 1 is one where I'm just getting everything directly from the computer, including any click or anything. Preset 2, I'm only hearing the click in my headphones, and it's not going out into the main output. And then preset 3 and 4 replicate the same thing, but for a lot of smaller gigs, but I don't want to take my entire setup with all the processors and everything, I play the Chapman stick directly into this interface running through Mainstage. So I'm just using software VSTs for effects and compression and all that stuff. In that regard, it's been great too. The other thing I like about this is that this big volume knob to be able to control things, control the volumes of headphones 1 and 2 separately. That's another nice component of it. And the preamps on this, especially for the preset 3 and 4 that I was talking about, where I'm just going directly in, you can still get a pretty hot signal out of this, which is great. And so you're not getting any buzzing, and it's able to amp up an instrument like the stick where it doesn't have a lot of resonance, and so the signal is not that strong. I'm still able to get a pretty clean signal out of it. The other components of it, you can program these buttons, but for me this I think does mutes or diminishes the volume of it, which is another great thing too. So I use this for every performance that I have, whether big or small, and so far it's been doing a great job in the routing of it. As you can see on the screenshot here, I've got it set up to my own way. The other thing with these, I haven't utilized this much, but I can see in certain settings for people that want to be able to use the hardware side of it, to be able to use their effects to add compression, reverb, anything like that to the master output without using any of the CPU power in your computer. That's quite powerful too. That doesn't really apply to my setup, but it's something that's there and it's nice to have. Anyway, just wanted to give a quick shout out to Antelope Audio for making a pretty great device that's worked out really nicely for me, and I've been really happy with it. Thanks for watching.